right now it's just me. Hello. As you come on, please tell me who you are and where you're from. And if you're catching the replay, you can just put replay in the comments, and then we'll know that you caught the replay. And yes, hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome to 1/4 Inch Seam. Okay, hi, Min. Minnie decided to come in today and join us for just a minute. There's. You gonna lay in your bed? You gonna watch Mom sew? Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'll be right back. Did I had it in my hand. Okay, I'll be right back. I am so excited. I got the sweetest thing in the mail, and you guys know I'm terrible about going. We don't go to the post office every day, and so I'm trying to get better at that because y'all are sending me sweet things. Make me want to cry every day. But we'll wait for a few more to come on. So as you come on, tell me who you are, where you're from. You don't have to. Obviously, no YouTube police here. Okay. We're going to continue working on the butterflies quilt. I know some of you are like, lady, this shouldn't take this long. And yet, here we are. But what is it, honey? What? Go lay down. And I'm just going to kind of keep... The problem I'm dealing with right now is I don't get in here enough to spend enough time in here to finish, like, the butterflies. So I haven't finished the butterflies. Whoops. The keyboard was charging. Okay, so... I didn't want to do that. Hang on one second. Let's just kill this. Hi, Janice. Hi, Julie. Okay, so I decided today I am going to get the butterflies done. I'm trying to slip in here more, and lately with business and work and needing to get caught up on things and stuff that's just got to get done, I haven't. Hi, Betsy. And so I made a decision today. Yes, Minnie. Do you want to lay on your little bed? Go on and lay down. Or do you want to come and say hi? Do you want to see? Do you want to see everybody? Come on. You can. Do you want Mom to hold you? Come on. Do you want me to hold you? Okay, well, come here. You have to come closer. Okay, never mind. Anyway. So we're just gonna keep rotating through stuff. But so many of you have either started the petals or are so excited to start the petals. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna start the petals. We just are. I'm just gonna start it. I will finish this, and someday you will be so shocked because it'll be done. But as I'm making progress on it, I will keep showing it. On some days, I'm gonna come in and this is what we're gonna sew. Is just the butterflies or whatever, or that sampler quilt. Anyway, and like this, I still have to pull this sashing piece off because it's upside down. So I've got to make some corrections, and so we'll get to all of it. Listen, before I die, it'll all get finished. I hope. Okay, so let's put that over there. And I was hoping she would be on when I did this. Oops. Whoop. But so when she comes on, I'll do it again. my dear sweet, sweet Robin Long, who lives in Elk Grove, California, which is very close to where, and see, like I started the doggy thing, and I want to finish the doggy thing, but that's a quickie little project. That really is. Now that I know what I want to do, that's just a one day video thing that we'll finish that. But I do want to do that because Minnie would love it in her bed, which is our bed. Okay, so let's put those there. Now, get rid of all this other stuff. So, how are you guys today? What are you working on? I can't believe I'm going to start the Petals thing. I can't believe it. I'm excited. I do love this. I do love this quilt, man. Okay, I finished yesterday. I finished Harlan Coben's "Fool Me Once." If a purse, holy cow! Hi, Alex. Wait, no, Jennifer. You guys thought you were going to trick me, didn't you? I had never read Harlan Coben before, and so I started with this one because it was just two in a. It was just two in a. You know, there's just two in this little series so far. He's got other books with longer series, but I didn't. I just wanted to grab something and try him, and what? Almost to the last page. Almost to the last page. And then another twist. Yeah, very good. I will read him again. I like you guys know this about me. I love mysteries. I love detective series. I love not situational. What's the word I'm looking for? Not occupational. Situational? Whatever. There's a word I'm looking for and it'll come later. Procedural. I like procedural mysteries or thrillers. So I really enjoyed this. It was very, very good. So highly recommend him. Very much like a Michael Connelly, I think. Yeah, like a Michael Connelly. And I'm starting now this one, which I've kind of been saving because it's the newest one, is The Maid Secret by Nita Prose. And Nita Prose and her Maid series are fantastic. Fantastic. I love them. They're a cozy mystery. They are, they're just a cozy murder mystery. And they're just very sweet and they're great whodunits. I also like, in the same kind of a spirit, kind of a cozy mystery, something a little bit on the lighter side, or a cozy murder mystery. Joanne Fluke. I love her stuff. There's a few others that I've read that I always like and I always gravitate towards. But if you like that kind of a book, you'll love Nita Prose. And the first one was The Maid, then The Mystery Guest, and then she did a small one called The Mistletoe Mystery. And hello, Alex. Now Alex is here. Prep for Eternity Homestead is Jennifer. Yeah, I have everybody straight. So anyway, especially his Myron Bolitar series. Okay, so that's my question, is that now that I read this and I really like it, then the next one, there's a kind of a continuation of one of the characters or some of the characters in this book, I guess. But there's only two in this particular little series, Fool Me Once and Nobody's Fool. So if I liked this, I'm assuming I would like the Myron Bolitar series. Yes, Julie? Same style of writing. So maybe I'll go back and figure out what the first one is in that and grab that or add it to the list of books that I have to buy. My Amazon cart, I tell you. The Maid was really good. The Maid was fantastic. And if you like The Maid, you're going to love the next couple ones. This is her newest one. I just started it last night. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, on to bigger and better things. Well, not really better than reading, but Robin Long lives in California. She is one of our peeps here, and she is a sweetheart. She lives not far from where we lived when we lived in California. And so she keeps me connected to California and all the things in like right in that area that we loved. I wish she could package food and send me food because she would be Steve's bestest friend if she could box some stuff up. She made these for me, acrylic cutouts of the templates. And I thought this was so sweet and so generous. And she made these with her own two little hands and sent them off to me. And you can add grips to them. I don't know if it's the kind of thing that she would be interested in. I don't know. Well, I'll have to ask her. But when she comes on, hopefully she'll make it on tonight. If not, she'll see the video. And Robin, I got your just so sweet card and your so well designed package. And this is awesome. This is awesome. That's why I was like, okay, we got to start that. That's what I need to get. Hi, Robin. I got your stuff. Fantastic. What a sweetheart. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are just fantastic. You're absolutely fantastic. So I thank you for my lovely gift this month, and Madeline for my lovely gift last month. But y'all are just awesome, just unbelievable, gracious and generous and kind, and always to put a smile on my face, even on the worst days or the weirdest, funkiest days. So anyway, so. Thank you. And that was when I got that today. I said, okay, that's it. Let's just do it. Because I've gotten messages from some of you that were like, I can't stand it anymore. I can't wait anymore. I can't. Matt, I'm at my great niece's graduation. I will see you on the replay. Absolutely, Madeline. We will see you on the replay. Okay. So let's pop these off of there. I'm going to try them first, Robin, without the little, I don't know if that will work. They're probably going to slide too much. But we may have to put those little dots on. Creative. Holy cow. Let's make sure I didn't miss any comments. Okay. So, okay. I also had an idea of something that we might do, but maybe we'll do it closer to Christmas time I think it'd be a fun Christmas gift. Maybe we'll do something in the theme of the Petals quilt, but like for kids, like I have a couple of children's fabrics that are, like I don't have a lot. They're 10-inch squares, but I don't have the whole thing. Okay, hang on. The template makes the cutting by so fast. I use a circle to draw, but I use scissors to cut it out. Yes, that's how I did it. So today we're going to try and get a bunch of this stuff kind of prepped and ready to go. And I think, let's get the iron on. Do that first. Oh, such a good book. The last couple of books I've read, well, almost every book I read. Are you guys big readers? Huge. I read a lot. I would read more if I didn't have a job, a work, a business, taxes. I have to feed people, yard work, cleaning. I would read a lot more. It's pretty high on my hobby list. I was looking at the Missouri Star Template, but I like your bundle. So nice of you. Great job. It was so sweet. So nice. Oh my gosh. Audible reader, usually over 100 books a year. Hello, Sandra. I also found you. Hi, Arlene. You guys have heard me. I won't bore you with it again. I usually Audible the books that I've just finished reading because I find it fun to be able to go back and do the book again. And I don't spend, I couldn't do that when I was working, when I used to work face-to-face. Oh, I think, so, okay, for those of you that, let's be serious now. For those of you that are starting the Petals quilt with me, or you've never done one before or anything like that, on tomorrow's video, and I'll probably have Steve, maybe we'll put it on the Facebook page. The link that the pattern is from Missouri Star. It's Vintage Daisy. It doesn't say Petals in it anywhere. Somebody sent me a message the other day and said, "Oh, I can't find it." It's the word petals doesn't appear in it. That's just what I call it. That's just what we call it now. But the pattern is Vintage Daisy. I did the digital and then just printed it off myself. It's a very simple quilt. It's a very simple project. And you're going to need, the really important things you're going to need are either the acrylic templates, which is basically what Robin made for me. Okay, I also got another package today. I almost forgot. We're going to have like a show or something at some point, like an unboxing. I got 2 packages today. I got Robin's package and I got another package, and you're not going to believe it, but the other package I left in the kitchen, and I think Steve is outside. Someone very sweet, and I have to look up on my phone, sent me a book of 3-yard quilts. Fantastic! Oh my gosh. Some fun projects in there that we're going to work on. And I've lost my place again up here. Okay, your background fabric, I have to get more of mine because I bought this just to make sure we were going to like it, and I love it. And we are also Alex. Yes, Alex. Actually, I've got a couple of you that have sent me some direct messages. We're working on some fun projects and collaborations for the kind of the rest of summer, hopefully into the fall. And I have some, I got a brainstorm this morning. Yes. Alex, if you remember, text me. Mailing address. I keep forgetting to ask you. Yes, let me I'm going to put the P.O. box, the mailing address, in the comments. I put that in there. 2 seconds. But Alex, if you remember, if you could send me a text message this evening, that would be fantastic, because I had an idea. Steve used to have all his best ideas in the shower. He would take these epic showers. Don't tell him, he doesn't do it anymore. And he would have these incredible, he would come out of the shower and he'd be like, I need like waterproof paper and pencil, because he would get all these ideas, but then by the time you get out of the shower, you forget them all. And luckily today, I remembered what my idea was. So yes, I think that will be fun. Okay, so I'm trying to chat and start this while we're on here. While we're live. Okay, so the background is going to be 16-inch squares. That's what I'm doing. And hopefully the keyboard is charged up. Okay. Don't let me forget the iron is back there. I'm trying to multitask a little bit here. Move you down. Move you down. Okay. Mailing address is. Somebody's calling. Beverly Hills, Florida. 34464. Okay, that's the mailing address. Okay. Now, you don't really, I've had to, now I'm kind of questioning why I started with it, why I started there. But we're going to do 16-inch squares. The blocks are big. The background squares are big. So, Pastry Queen's Farm Adventures. Oh my gosh, some of you have the most fantastic channels. Some of you have the most fantastic channels. I just don't even know how to say it. There was one the other day that Steve and I didn't mean to call you. It's like, why is she calling? I'll give her a shout out on tomorrow's video. But Living and Crafting with MS, fantastic. Prep for Eternity Homestead, fantastic channels. All kinds of fun and amazing things. You guys are 10 times the creative beings that I am. I mean, by far. By far. Just amazing. I am in awe of you guys. Okay, so I'm going to cut these while I'm just going to cut these because I've got it sitting in front of me. So I'm going to cut a couple of the background squares. Okay, so let's see. Something. Smell something. The live just came up going through YouTube tonight. What are we making? We are making the vintage daisies. I'll do it one more time because I did it earlier. Not everybody was here. Oh, well, thank you very much. Pastry Queen's Farm. I gotta take a picture of that so I don't forget because I'll have to look at her. Because anything with pastries, I'm in. Okay. Vintage Daisy Quilt by Missouri Star. This is going to be my second one. Some of you have not made it before. If you're brand spanking new here, I'll show you. Because you'll see it on the replay. Probably one of the better quilts I've ever made. And I still haven't finished it. I still haven't sandwiched it. I still haven't backed it. And I still haven't quilted or bound it or any of that stuff. So this is the first version that we did. And we did it all in... somebody, I think, remembered it last week. Adventure. What did I miss? I had to go feed the dog. Okay, so we're starting on the Petals quilt, on the Vintage Daisy quilt. I'm going to keep calling it Petals quilt because that's what I like. That's what I'm used to, and that's what I remember. But the pattern is Vintage Daisy, and I will put the Vintage Daisy, Pastry Queen Vintage Daisy. A lovely, thank you, Sandra. In tomorrow's video, I'll put on the Facebook page a link to the pattern. If you don't have the pattern. In tomorrow's video, we'll also put the link. This is ultimately what you end up with. This is ultimately what my first one looked like. And I was so happy with it. So happy with it. It just has to be finished. And if I had more time, why would I get it done? What I need to do is I've got 2 or 3 over there. And what I should do is on a Saturday or a Sunday, some weekends I pray for rain because it forces us to stay inside, is get them at least sandwiched and, get the backing and all that stuff, get them ready. And then, over the course of a week for our videos, I can be getting them quilted and then, get the binding on, kind of at least make some progress on them. Right now, no progress is being made on them at all. So, okay, background squares. I'm going to cut. So this is 1 yard. Let's put you down here. This is 1 yard. You're going to need 3 yards for the background, I think. Something like that. It's in the pattern. Do you get the pattern? So I have to get more. So I only have enough to kind of get started on getting the background squares cut. But I did want to get, I've got this for the most part pressed. And so I wanted to get this out. And then what we're going to need to do is we're going to heat and bond. You're going to need to find your fabric, your 10-inch squares, whatever pattern you're going to use. This top one keeps sitting on top, and it's not really the best representation of this fabric, I don't think. But this was, I think, a calf faucet fabric. And I threw away the wrapper eons ago because I was going to use it on a different pattern. And then I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do for the petals until I looked up and this was staring at me. And so this is what we're doing for the pastry queen. Leanna, how sweet. Oh, thank you so much. So guys, do the same. Head on over at some point, not necessarily right this second, to Pastry Queen's Farm Adventures, and give her check out her page, give her a like, give her a subscribe, send some love and support over to the channel. I hope Leanna, I hope all of your peeps like it here as well. We are very relaxed here. This is not a tutorial channel. It's not, for the most part. For the most part, people feel like they lose some amount of intelligence sometimes. It's not my fault. Anyway, so this is the fabric that we're using. So we're very laid back here. I started the channel because I wanted people to feel like they could just pop on over to my house, come into my sewing room, pull up a stool, and chat for a half hour, 20 minutes, an hour sometimes. We do lives on Wednesday evening at 6 and Sunday mornings at 11:30, all Eastern time. I'm in Central Florida. I'm originally from California. We miss California. But we love Florida. All right, so there you go. So anyway, this is the fabric that I'm using. You're going to need 10-inch square. You don't need 10-inch squares. You can do it from, hi, Janice. You can do this however you want to do it. You can do it with yardage. You can do whatever. But if you use 10-inch squares, it's so dang easy. It's so easy. So you're going to take out, the pattern will tell you, it's Vintage Daisy from Missouri Star. We'll put the link on the Facebook page and on the, in the video tomorrow, in the description of the video tomorrow. It's just so easy with the 10-inch squares. You're going to pull out the number that you need, which is not all of them. You're still going to have squares left over. And I'll give you some things that I learned when I did the first one. I have not applied my heat and bond. So you're going to do heat and bond to the back of a 10-inch square. We're going to get some of the basics done tonight. Not all, but we're going to try and get people so that you can kind of start making some progress if you wanted to do that. So while that's heating up, we'll do one square with the drawouts tonight. I'm going to poop myself out. No. That's not the right phrase. That's not what I was thinking. Tucker. I'm going to tucker myself out tonight. And Steve has to get up early tomorrow morning. Like he has to leave at like 7:10 or 7 o'clock. We're night owls. I don't do 7 o'clock in the morning anymore because I don't really have to, because there isn't really, although I should get up, I should be getting up earlier because I get more housework and stuff done, but we're just not. We're up late. Okay, now, while that's heating up, I'm going to start, like I said, I don't have enough fabric here to do all of my background squares, but I'm going to at least get started. And then you can, not everybody can do everything all at one time. So you kind of pace yourself out. That's totally fine too. How do I want to do this? That's not how I want to do it. I think I'm just going to cut this over here. So you have your background. I was inspired mostly by you guys. I was inspired because I wanted to do a petals quilt with flowers, with actual like a floral, design. And I was going to just do a white background. But you guys, I gotta stand up for this. I cannot. You guys inspire me to do something a little bit outside my comfort zone. So that's what we're doing with the cornflower. So what I did was North Central Florida, not far from you yet. Yes, we are. Okay, I think we're caught up on the comments. Okay. It's easier to do big cutting like this when you're on like your big mat. But, and hopefully this year I'm going to add one more table in here. Because if I have one more table in here, then this cutting space will be more, it will be more useful. It will make better sense. I may actually add 2 more tables. My tables are from, Steve got them for me. They're from Home Depot. They're Husky tables. And they're like tool tables. And so there's 2 drawers here. Oklahoma, I'm assuming. Hi, Cheryl. Love the vibe. I'm a very serious quilter. Not. See my PJs. Sometimes if I'm sewing and I have to like tuck something in, I just tuck it in. I don't. Who cares? Who's gonna see? Who's gonna know? Leanna, you're gonna fit in just fine here, sister. Just fine. Speaking of pajamas, if you guys ever hear my feet shuffling, it's because I wear slippers all day long. I mean, they're cute little slippers. I think they're cute little slippers, but my feet get cold. I think I have poor circulation in my feet, and I also have they get sore. The bottoms of my feet really hurt. I don't know why I'm telling you guys all this. Who cares? But it's uncomfortable for me to go around barefoot all day long. So I wear my slippers all day long. All my work's done like on Zoom and stuff. Nobody can see my feet. But I do wear pants. I throw that in. I do wear pants. Making all sorts of mistakes tonight. No kidding, Betsy. Okay. So we got 16 going one way. Now let's see here. What do we have here? We have, if you're a super serious quilter and you're very serious. We're not. Crazy chicken lady living in the mountains of New York. Steve and I were just talking about upstate New York. We know somebody that either moved there or came from there. She's gonna have to wait. She's just gonna have to wait. It's a client. Sorry. But no farm animals. My neighbors have enough for all of us. 3 donkeys, several goats. Sandra lives way out there. They have big land. We have a few acres where we are, but we go back and forth. Like, we'd love to have more acreage, but I don't think we could handle taking care of it. And we would have farm animals like chickens and little goats and little sheep, but we would have them mainly for Minnie, our Shih Tzu, because I think that she loves like farm animals and things. Oh my gosh. If we're driving along and there's like cows or horses on the side of the road, Steve will pull off just so she can sit and she's just mesmerized by animals. Mesmerized. If I could, I would take her to the zoo. But I don't think that would work. Okay, so I got 22. So I think I'm still only going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay. Okay. So now I've got 16. They are almost finished with this road work they're doing out in the front of our house today, and they had to do some blah 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 road work, change the angle for the runoff, blah blah blah, guy stuff, tractors, blah blah blah. They had to do all that stuff. Well, they had to when they pulled up they had to tear into the easement. They had to kind of like chew up everybody's grass just in the easement part, so they could correct the drainage angle. See, this is my problem. I now have this information taking up space in my head that I'll never use again, that I don't care about. Really, the drainage angle. Anyway. So they finished all the paving. They were just about finished, blah, 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 with a bunch of stuff. And so this week and last week, they've been replacing the sod. And so we kind of made friends with the sod guy. Well, Steve made friends with the sod guy, because you know how guys are. And today, they're really at the very end. It's just the owner of the sod company and his few workers, and throwing sod, and it's like blocks and blocks and blocks, and it's probably a good, I don't know, 8 feet or so from the road to where the easement stops that they have to chew up, that they're having to replace all this sod. So okay, so now I have the first. You're gonna need 16. We're doing 4 across and 4 down for the petals. Okay, so whatever you're doing for your background fabric, 2, 3, 4. I probably didn't cut this as good as I could have, huh? As efficiently as I could have. I only got 4 out of a yard. Yeah, I probably should have cut it different. Oh well. It wasn't expensive fabric. This year is not about expensive fabrics for me. It's not. It's about using what I have. That's the big mantra for a lot of us this year. Use the stuff that you've got. Except for this, I had to buy this. But truth be told, I got this at Walmart. I think it's Waverly. All day long, I was calling my clients. Nobody was answering the phone. Now, suddenly that I'm busy, they're all calling back. Anyway, so you're going to need, I think the recipe pattern calls for 3 yards of background fabric. You're probably going to need, depending on how you cut, depending on how efficiently you cut, if you pay attention to your cutting, then you may need more or less. You probably more. I'm going to need more than 3. But I got this literally at Walmart. It's just this really pretty cornflower color that I really like with that fabric. And that's the only reason I chose it, because I could see it. And I didn't have any place else to go near me that was close by the day that I wanted to do that. So that's done. Okay. Now, if you've never worked with this stuff before, Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. We will be sewing in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico! I could do with a vacation. Using our stash, and then somehow a new piece of fabric ends up in our sewing room. Yeah, I don't know how that happens. Betsy says, I think I'm going to make a Petals table runner. How amazing is that going to be? Yes. Yes, please. Yes. Okay, I'm going to do the quilt, but I'm going to do a table runner. Oh my God. Or table topper. Table runner, table topper, whatever. Oh my God, that's going to be awesome. Awesome. Okay. Sharing with the creators, great neighbors, blah, blah, blah. Okay, excited for the next week. Okay, read that. Yeah, without the food bill. Don't tell me that. Okay. So you get your heat and bond. I let it overlap just a smidge. Just the tiniest of smidge so that it doesn't get on my iron. Don't ask me what kind of heat and bond I'm using. This could be Ultra. I haven't had any problems sewing with the Ultra. You probably have a better hand. You know, it would be a little bit softer, obviously, if you used the Heat and Bond Light, the sewable one that says specifically it's sewable. I will probably switch, but this is what I have today. This is what I have in my hands today, and I don't think you guys are going to wait if I say I have to run to the store. So this piece is going on whatever this is that I have. Okay? Yeah. I answered my own comments. All right. Now, so the preference, I think, would be the Heat and Bond Light. The hand will be better once you're on the finished quilt. And for your sewing machine, it will be better. Now, for the sewing, we're only sewing along the edge. Once we lay everything down, we're going to sew around the circle in the center of the flower, but then we're just going through the outline of the flower. So I used this on some of the butterflies on the butterfly quilt, and I haven't had any problem sewing it. Probably not great, but light is better. Okay, there. Have I covered all my bases? I hope so. Okay. I also prefer to do the heat and bond on my ironing board. Obviously, a bigger ironing surface. It just goes a lot faster. The first time I did this, I kind of had the majority of I either laid it out in a row, the heat and bond, on the roll, and pressed it kind of just enough to get the big wrinkles out so I could lay it down. And then I just took my fabrics and got as many kind of staggered on there as I could, and then ironed them and then cut the squares out. You do it however you like. And I think my next book after this one, because I think that this will go fast. These little cozy ones usually go pretty fast. After this one, I will be reading a Robert Galbraith book. And I think the one I'm reading is... I had to go back and start the series. I've read the two at the end. And then I back and started, and I read the first one, which is Cuckoo's Calling, and then the second one, which I can't remember the name of it. It's sitting on my desk in the other room. But I'm probably going to read that next. And there's a new Robert Galbraith book coming out. She has it coming out in, I think, September, October, something like that. Okay, now, ready, Freddie? Right on time tonight. All right, I'm going to scoot over a little bit. There, now you can see. Okay, so I'm going to take my... Yeah, it's on there good. It's on there good. my fantastic templates that were sent to me by Robin Long. Thank you, Robin. And here's what I did. I did 4 petals and a circle on every single 10-inch square. Okay. Now, you don't need as many circles as you're going to have squares. And you don't need this many. You're going to need this many different variety of petals, but you're not going to need this many circles. So if you want to watch that, you need 32 sets of petals, but only 16 circles. Do what you want. Yes, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for Sandra for the awesomeness part. When I did the first one, and I have a couple of ideas of what I want to do with them now, but when I did the first one, you're going to end up with, if you don't put a circle on all of them, which you don't have to do, if you don't put a circle on all of them, you're just going to have a scrap that you can put in your stash or whatever. But I did 32 sets of petals and 32 circles because I knew that I would use these for something. Somebody gave me a suggestion on the channel here. Glue stick. Well, it seems to work great. Use a glue stick. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I bought a lot of this Heat and Bond Ultra, and I don't know that I want to use. I'll see once I get it cut out how I feel about it on here, because I really want this to be a cozy quilt, and I don't think the Heat and Bond Ultra will really produce that. I mean, you can definitely feel, if you've never used the Heat and Bond Ultra, you can definitely feel the difference. This is definitely stiffer. So I like Janice's suggestion too, which a lot of you have said, which is use a glue stick. So use a glue stick. I do like the Heat and Bond from the perspective of, I'm just talking this through. I'm having the argument in my head and it's just coming out of my mouth. I do like the way that once you are done, of course, I imagine a glue stick, once I cut them out and I take the glue stick off and then I put it on the background fabric, it's still going to have some tackiness too, right? Right? I'm assuming? We'll assume? Okay. Oh. Kansas Troubles quilt. Remember I used that fabric for that. I think that was the jelly roll run that we did. We used this Kansas Troubles KT Favorites. And I saved the little tag because I want to get some more of that. I mean, after I use all of the fabric that I already have. Anyway, back to my point. So I still have all these circles that have, Heat and Bond on them. They're ready to go. They'd be adorable little appliques. You can do like coasters. Somebody else gave me a great idea. Now I forget what it was. It's in my head somewhere. But you could do a really cute, I don't know, you could do a cute little montage with the circles, something kind of fun and funky. So I did petals and circles on all of my 32 10-inch squares. Does that make sense? Okay. I seem to do that as well. And steam to seam. I once used some Heat and Bond someone gave me and I couldn't get my needle to penetrate it. Huh. Yeah, I love the Kansas Troubles. Ever since I opened that jelly roll, I'm in love with that line. Oh, a glue stick while you sew around it. Oh, so you're just cutting right out of the fabric. All right. Challenge accepted. Let's try. We'll look at both of that today. Okay. So we're going to do this one, and then I'm going to do it on just a regular piece of fabric. And then we'll just use the glue, and we'll try that both ways, see how we like it. Okay. Now, what I did, I'm trying to remember now when I did these. I did one up that way. I did one kind of in the top there. You know, look, here's the deal. You just want to get them to all fit. And you can, I think in here, oh, I already did it wrong. It's one up here in the corner and then the circle. And then you just take 3 more petals down here and kind of angle them on there, and it all fits on one 10-inch square. So, but I've already screwed that up. It's okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is that gonna work? Probably not. Turn it this way. Let's go over here. Ramen, these things are the bomb. The bomb! So cool! All right, let's see if that will work. Let's try it. If you've never done anything like this before, do it in pencil. Do it in pencil. You're going to have to redo some of them. I'm just saying. If you haven't done it before, do it in pencil. Okay. Now, can we get one more in here somewhere, somehow? Oh! Just. So, this one is not, I followed, not to the measurement, but I followed the layout. And I think if I'll do one more tonight, and I'll do it just on the, so there you go. 4 petals and a circle. Now, I did, all of my dryouts, and then I sat in front of the TV or while dinner was cooking or whatever, and then then cut it all out. So I did, because let's be honest, if I started cutting them out, I think we all know I would start sewing, and then the quilt would never get finished. So I did all my drawing, then I did all my cutting. Okay, let's choose another one. Okay. I'm assuming this is what you guys are talking about. Okay, hold on, go back. Okay, we did that one. Because shovels, great learning experience. It's fantastic. I love how everybody does something different. I used to struggle a lot with binding really until this year. And I started, because this channel, my feed has more and more and more and more sewing and quilting stuff. And I have seen 3 different ways that people do their binding. And I'm like, well, I could do it that way. If somebody had shown me to do it that way, I wouldn't be such a head case when it came to binding my quilts. Okay, you'd be blown away in the KT line vapors. Use the washable glue stick. Then when you wash your quilt, it washes out and leaves it very okay. I think all right, and works as well as any glues. Elmer's glue stick. Okay. Now, how was I supposed to do this? Yeah. Okay. I did the one up here. Now, the only thing I'll say is you're probably going to need to use a pen or a washable pen. Depending on your fabric. Okay. So it's a pretty vibrant fabric, and the back is pretty vibrant. So it's making it a little bit harder to see my pencil lines. Not so hard I can't see them to cut them out, but I would probably use a pen, except for the fact that, your hand slips, or you put them in the wrong order, or you don't really like the layout, or it doesn't work. And now, you just have a mess on your hands. So anyway, do it how you like. You be you. Okay. This one here. Okay. Okay, 1. If you do it this way, which is the same layout as in the pattern, it's almost mindless. You almost don't have to, once you get the groove of it, you almost don't have to think about it. What are you having for dinner? Did you already have dinner? We're having an early dinner tonight. Usually we eat a little bit later, especially in the summertime, because we like to go outside or Steve's in the yard or whatever. And so we end up eating late in the summertime. Late. It's terrible. But tonight we're eating early for us because he has to leave so early in the morning. I'm making those little smoked, it's like a smoked ham chop. You know, it's like this is pork chops, but it's smoked, you know, they're smoked. Anyway, that's what I'm making for dinner. That and probably sweet potato, rice, Brussels sprouts, and a big glass of wine for Mom. Okay. I started using the palette sand fine line eraser for markings. The heat of the iron makes it here. Yes. Is that different than this? Than the Frixian, this one? Kathy Darla, just got done with my homework and have my feet propped up. Probably no sewing here until I finish my class. Put your feet up, sister. I'd put mine up. I would seriously take my book. If I could get time to stop for an hour, I would take my book, put my feet up, and I'd probably fall asleep. Oh, I love sweet potatoes. Okay. That's it. There you go. Okay. I'm not going to cut them. And I'll tell you why. Because, yeah, the pen has a white top. Oh, I'll have to look for some other ones. I'm sure these have become so popular. I'm sure there's other versions. These little clicker ones, they were pretty good. I'd like if it was a little bit more smooth, but you're on fabric, so what are you going to do? Yours is good, Angela. This is Angela. She's chill like us. Hi, Kathy. I already said hi to Kathy. Okay, so if you're going to just do it on the fabric, which I don't know why I hadn't thought of that, because I was like, buy more heat and bond. So that's not bad. I'm going to warn you, if you use the heat and bond, light, which I really, really like. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Is it a little bit smoother than these? The ink's just not real smooth. Anyway, if you're using the heat and bond, you're just going to draw it with a pencil on the paper. And then we're going to cut them out. We're going to take the paper off and we're going to iron them we're going to press them onto our background fabric. If you're going to use the fabric, which I've never done before, but I've been encouraged by all my peeps, we're just going to use some Elmer's glue. So I am going to get some Elmer's glue. Elmer's glue stick. I have to go call a couple clients back, and I got to feed these people. So I'm going to call it a day from there. This was probably every time I get ready to do a live, especially on a day when it's been really busy. I'll tell Steve, I got to get my live. I got to get my head together. I got to go sit down. I got to figure out what I'm doing. Go do my live. And I'm so disheveled and rushing in here. And then I come and spend a half hour or an hour with you guys. And I have you put such a smile on my face. I have so much fun. It's as if you were all here. I just love you guys. Just absolutely love you guys. So on tomorrow's video, I'll put the link for the pattern in the description. So you guys will have that. That's the first thing. And we're going to keep getting these drawn. Okay. And then hopefully over the weekend, we'll at least get one panel done. Okay. We're going to cheat a little bit because I won't have all of these done by the weekend. There's no way. But we're going to do one panel this weekend. Exciting. So relaxing. Yes. Always enjoy your lives and your videos. Thanks, guys. You guys are so sweet. Have a great night. I'm glad you did too. And check out Pastry Queen's Farm Adventures. Also, don't forget to check out Living and Crafting with MS and Prep for Eternity Homestead. 2 other great channels. Love you guys. Remember, oh my God, don't forget. Only a 1/4-inch seam. I love you guys. Oh, we are, and I'll talk about this in the videos this week. I am going to be we're going to go to 1 Zoom a month. So I'll give you more details about that, but we'll do one Zoom a month for those of you that like the Zoom format, which I thought was really fun too. But it's a little too much to do every week. But we are going to do that once a month, and we'll do the first one in July. Okay, that's it. Have a fantastic evening. Have a fantastic morning tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.